Yes. Welcome back, people. Yeah, and the noise and the nonsense, madness, mayhem, circus. It's definitely a circus thing. And it goes on. All I'm trying to do is just see what players Newcastle are going to be signing moving forward. But obviously, not much is happening in that respect. Yeah, we got a defender in. But then while all that's going on, it's been a mare. Let's keep it real. This whole transfer window. But then on top of that, we got the whole Isak saga madness. And I haven't heard it from the horse's mouth himself, but you never really do. But you're hearing through, let's say David Ornstein. That's who I read it through first, and it can't be just completely made up because I like to hear it from the horse's mouth, which is Isak. But apparently, as everyone's heard by now from a long time ago, from this morning, Isak doesn't wish to integrate back into the team, regardless if you sell him or not. If the window closes, he's like, boy, I'm not putting on a Newcastle shirt on again. I ain't playing for you again. I'm fully tapped out if he wasn't already. That's what he said allegedly, or that's what the feeling is. When this first came out, I tried to be balanced with it. Obviously, I'm human as well, so I'm just generally pissed off with everything collectively. Like this whole summer and the season supposed to be coming up is supposed to be one of the best to look forward to. This was supposed to be the biggest or the best transfer window since the takeover. Since then, and then you got Isak's already down tooled. I reckon that's why Eddie Howe's been saying what he's saying about, on his players want to be here and you can't invite him back to training right now and all that. He probably already knows about this. And I feel for Eddie. And mostly I feel for us fans. You get what I'm saying? It's just like, ain't the kind of noise you want to be involved around or hearing. It's definitely unsettled. I don't care what anyone says. It's unsettled things with clubs, probably players, fans. Me personally, I just want some clarity. I was shouting out for some clarity and transparency from a long time ago. Some said, "Nah, we don't need all that right now," but nah, you need that from whoever's running the club as well. I understand or led to believe Isak wanted out from even before the season finished, even before last season started. I think allegedly, and obviously we heard about the whole contract situation and that went left and that irritated him and infuriated his camp. But I'm just thinking that part, I'm not really hearing that anyway. It's irrelevant for me personally, because even if you did sign a new contract, who's to say you wouldn't want out anyway? It's clear you want Liverpool, and it's clear Liverpool want Isak. And it's clear, can't speak for all Liverpool fans, but it seems like majority of them will be up for that. And of course, you'd say they look pretty strong anyway, but you'd say, yeah, if you're a neutral or if you're a Liverpool fan, you say definitely the striker now. And you want to go for Isak. And you went for him, apparently 110 or whatever it was, apparently 120. Now add-ons, or it's always different story. It's all she said, she said, and it's just all confusing. And I just can't be asked with this whole circus thing. It's bullshit. If it was me personally, I'd just say, look, let's get it done and over with. Just they say the value's 150. Have I heard that? I've not heard no clarity or any statement to say this is it. And we kind of need that. Yes, they're probably speaking behind the background, but I don't think even Liverpool got necessarily any clarity. I feel Liverpool should have just paid up or just offered the 130 straight, not the whole thing, but start off with 130 and a bit of add-ons or just 130 and whatever. Just call it a day. Just call it a day. And just, you get what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's why we need clarity. People say Liverpool pay up, pay up. I've been saying Liverpool pay up, pay up. But then the stance is, and you keep hearing that, no, Isak's just not for sale. And if that's the case where they're going to stand on business, fair, stand on business. he's saying, "Boy, I ain't gonna play for you again." And I'm thinking, anyway, how long does that even last for? And he's a grown man. Of course, he has his own feelings, but I feel his agent is definitely pushing for this. And yes, players are adults, but more time as a camp, as a team, they kind of push tools or trust their agent what they think is right or wrong or how to move forward. Because I don't see Isak as that kind of guy, but he clearly is. Don't get it twisted. Let's keep it real. Liverpool are a bigger club. They look like they're moving in a space to win, to go for all trophies. More than Newcastle would. So it's Liverpool, full stop. So I understand players want to move on, etc., etc. I get it. And then you've got this whole, you had this new modern day thing, verbal agreement. F the verbal agreements now. It don't mean shit. You understand? Clubs ain't loyal when the player is not worth their time or money, and it goes the other way. The players want to move on. Do you get what I'm saying? Like when they're tapped out, they're tapped out. He's not from Newcastle. He's not from England. He's got no allegiances with Newcastle. People say, look what Newcastle done for him, and his stats weren't great. We made a punt on him, 63 mil. Eddie Howe identified him and his team like, yeah, we can work with this guy. 'Cause Eddie Howe's good at doing that, bringing the best out of players and elevating them. But it goes both ways as well. He's done great for us. Big contribution towards our success, but it's a team game. But this whole verbal agreement thing, I'm just like, look, man, Isak, no one forced you to sign the contract. Do you get what I'm saying? You was happy at the time and your agent. So for me, your behavior is a madness. It's disgusting. Let's keep it real. I'm not gonna be out here burning shirts and that. I think we're better than that. You get what I'm saying? But each to their own. You can't tell a man or a woman that supports and loves Newcastle United, we're passionate fans, how to feel. I've seen the video or the clip. Do you get what I'm saying? But verbal agreements to me, yes, I'll be pissed. And earlier on in other videos, when this first started out, I said, I get that. And apparently Amanda Stavely and Rare offered you contract, and then she got ousted out, and then Mitchell apparently is like, nah, you got some years left on your contract. Probably trying to protect Newcastle from PSR, help out the PSR side of things, and he's like, nah, you're on good money. You signed that contract. No one forced you. No one put a gun to your head, and left it as that. But of course, he's going to be pissed if he has promises. But this is not the way to move. This is not the way to move, and it's not a good reflection on the club. It's a bad look. It's making our club look like a mess. So of course, certain players are going to look from the sideline and think, do I really want to go over there? If PIF or whoever's running our club right now, because I don't bloody know, no sporting director, CEO, is that being resolved? Doesn't look like it. But if the owners or whoever's going to stand on business, they should have made that fully transparent from a long time ago and not leaving it all on Eddie. In a way, I wish Eddie Howe kind of really says how he feels about it, because he probably trying to not make things more worse or toxic, but it's gone bad already. It's gone left. I've never seen nothing like it in my time for Newcastle United. I've never felt like this, never seen this. Some say this like they've seen shocks like with the Andy Cole stuff and all that. But I weren't privy to all that. Yeah, I know the history, but I've already been supporting Newcastle United from 11 years old when Alan Shearer moved to Newcastle United. I ain't seen nothing like it. So it baffles me. Like, you're doing all this. Who's to say it's an ego thing as well? Some fans will say, "Well, I don't give a shit. Let him rot." Not even in the under 21s. Let him rot. Just let him rot. And they can do that if they want. We don't need the money necessarily right now. It might help in future references for PSR, but we don't. The money's not a thing right now. We can spend. That's gone effed up anyway. So that's another issue, but that's for another time. So if you're gonna get technical, you're under contract in it. And I don't believe you're just gonna just not play and just sit there and rot, or for a whole year max. Unless PIF are just like, boy, we're gonna stand on business, we're gonna make you rot because your behavior's been a madness. But at the same time, putting more things going on behind the scene where he just literally is tapped out like, nah. And if that whole contract thing is really a thing of like, so for a whole year I could have earned more money. Do you get what I'm saying? So all that's probably irritating him. Or his agent. So the money thing for the agents anyway. It's a short career. He's got a superstar on his hands. His agent's like, no, let's do this. And Isak, obviously, for ambition wise, he wants to move on. I get it. But this ain't gonna help. But if it was me, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, whether you're a Newcastle fan or whatever. 'Cause even some Liverpool fans are like, nah, if this is real, what's been going on and said, nah, that's mental. And as any team or Liverpool, do you want a player that can just move like that? What's gonna happen in a couple of years if he carries on doing the superstar stuff on the pitch? And then a Real or someone comes knocking, you gonna do that? Nah, you get what I'm saying? Wrong is wrong. You hear about the whole Visa thing, and people say, "Oh, look what you like the whole Visa thing, and can't have double standards and all that." But bruv, I don't know if it's a new modern day thing with players. You get what I'm saying? But the fact you've got a 3 years on your contract and you're moving like this, for me, nah. I just before I was like, nah, just keep him and this and that, and nah, it's done. Just let him go. But someone's got to pay up, obviously. Stop this. He's just not for sale, because there's a difference between not for sale and when it comes down to it, are you willing to sell? Can't carry on. And what's mental to me is instead of doing all this, just hand in a transfer request. But we all know you're not gonna do that. Your agent ain't gonna push for that because you lose out on money. So what's it gonna be? If you're that on it, stop acting like a madman, and go hand in a transfer request. That's my thoughts in it. And for you to sit there down to you probably all moved out of his house now, probably ain't even in the area. He's completely tapped out. I'm just thinking to myself, hold on. So you gonna not integrate no more. You refuse to play. And I'd like to see that is the case. If the window shuts, and you're just gonna keep refusing to play World Cup year as well. You're just gonna like what? Just no, because I'm sure at some point you'll get a fine from Newcastle. And if you refuse to play, what's gonna happen? It's just gonna get even more mad messy. What, you're gonna keep getting fined every week? Well, for a whole 3 years? If Newcastle are that stubborn? Nah, I don't see that. Anyway, love to hear your thoughts. This is jarring. The season's about to start. It's not a good look going into the season. Still ain't signed no strikers. All this nonsense about if he apparently if he's signed strikers, then let him go. What's the point? Just let him go in it, then innit? Just sort it out and still sort out your business for other transfers. It's all nonsense. Anyway, I'm Geordie Dread. Hit a like, sub, share. If you're new to the channel, hit a sub, and I will be going live later with a few of my main guys from my live panels that I do daily, and with a few Liverpool fans and some Newcastle fans. I'm out, man. Peace.